Batman game, and I'm gonna say this uh pretty simple. I'm playing Batman Arkham City right now, and this is the Harley Quinn's Revenge.
I'm in. Any news, Barb?
No. He's been gone 2 days. I'm worried. You know what he's been like since...
I'll find him.
I hope you're right.
Harley Quinn's preparing for some kind of siege. What's she planning?
Find Batman and get the hell out of there, okay?
Don't worry, Barb. It's me, remember?
You sound just like him.
You left me to die. You left me to die.
All right.
You left me to die. You left me to die.
Here's how I somewhat like some of these games. Arkham Asylum is a good game. To me, it's a bare bones type of game of what they really wanted to do with the next one. Even though the gameplay is great, I do like the gameplay, but it was too much of a bare bones type of thing. It's been a while since I played this Harley's Revenge. But yeah, the Arkham Asylum is pretty much bare bones. It's a good game to start off with because you don't have the combo thing really on there too much.
Does it hurt?
Shut your stupid mouth. You're just lucky I need you later.
Yeah, the first one, Arkham Asylum, is too much of a bare bones type of thing. Like the detective mode, like I have it right now, you could tell like what's where, how far it is, and what's in the way. In Asylum, sometimes you can't tell like how far certain things are, or if anything's on the other side of the wall. You just can't tell, and that's what kind of bothers me. I haven't seen any glitches on that game or whatever.
Barb, I found the missing cops. Quinn's got him.
Any sign of Bruce?
Negative. I'm gonna keep looking. Harley's telling the cops she's got some sort of plan for them. They'll be safe for now.
Be careful.
This'll end okay. I promise.
You think? He's not been the same since... He won't even talk about Talia or Joker.
We'll help him once we find him. It's all we can do.
Then what I noticed after I played the first one, like I said, it's very cartoony on certain things.
You may want to remember that.
Like I said, I haven't played this game in a while, so it's just like whatever. Yeah, a lot of things about Arkham Asylum is just a little too cartoony for
You heard from Harley?
some reason.
Nah, she's probably still crying. Better get over the boss soon. She's turning into a liability. He's here!
Getting the gameplay different from Spider-Man. Yeah, I've been playing Spider-Man quite a lot. And yeah, the first one, the Arkham Asylum. I'll say it is a little too cartoony because when you pause it, and look for the trophies and all that, the whatever, play the tapes. It's pretty cartoony, to admit. And then when you play the second one, to me, the second one, this one, if you have it, it's one of the absolute best games that is out there, to be honest. It's one of the absolute best games that there is. The hardest thing about this, the second one, was the you do the 3 challenges. You do the 3 challenges in that one, and one of them was just way too hard. But people say it's the shortest one. I think this one's the absolute best one out of all 4 of them. Combos are just awesome. I think the gadgets are way better in this one too. And then when I play the second one, everything just comes together, especially after the first one. I played the second one after I played the first one after I played the second one.
Nothing yet. Don't sweat it. If anyone comes this way, I'll make them regret it.
You better. I've lost contact with the rest of the guys, and I don't like it.
It's not a problem. When I kill this sucker, it'll be cool. Then I can maybe come see you.
What?
Nothing.
Did you just make a move on me?
No, I mean,
Oops.
He was the best hero could get. I miss him so much. I think it's okay to move in on his part.
no, please. You don't
Yeah,
understand.
the second one is good. I like the story. Sometimes it's slow,
No, really.
but when you have the Catwoman, they kind of put everything more together if you have her as a DLC. Do I have that? No. You gotta use the... The third one, Arkham Origins, to me, was just straight ridiculous. The third one, the Arkham Origins, I mean, that story is just freaking awesome to me. I think it's the most fun one, but I'll say it's probably one of the most glitchiest game there is. But it's not a Rocksteady game that everybody wanted to be.
Hello? I don't know who you are. You ain't coming any closer.
Come on.
What's up? Scared to face me?
Fine, I'll do this.
Look out! Robin!
Hello? Are you there? What's happening? Oh, for the love of... What's wrong with you people? Hello? Whoever you are, I know you're there. You hear me? I know you're there and it's too late.
on, pick it up.
No way, man. That thing's dangerous.
It's Robin!
I'm sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on this right now. Yeah, the third one, the Origin, I think is probably the absolute most fun game out of all of them. But the glitches on there is just straight ridiculous. But I would say with everything that was wrong with the game,
Arkham City is going to burn.
it kind of made up with certain things to it. Like I said, the game is fun, and I do enjoy. I really do enjoy that game. What I've noticed about
Tim, what's going on?
Origins was it's pretty much a clone of the second one. First, Arkham Asylum is just it's pretty gothic. That's what I like about it. It's pretty gothed out of how everything has been done, the Victorian type of thing, but it's really gothed out.
I don't want that mad woman getting out of there. Understand?
And it makes sense why they wanted to do it in Asylum. But it was more bare bones than anything.
Her goons ambushed my guys and dragged them towards the steel mill.
Arkham City, which I just think is just
I'll handle it.
probably the best game.
You sure? You know
in
she
the
blames
Batman
you,
series
right?
ever.
Could be a trap.
Arkham Origins, I
Fall
think,
back and stop
is
anyone
more
else getting hurt.
fun.
I'll handle the rest.
Arkham City is just evened out with a lot of things that is out there. I mean, it just really evens out really well what they did. With gameplay and all that. Something about certain gameplay about the Origins is just awesome. But here's the problem I have with Origins though. A lot of things it gets too easy, or they even have things on there.
Me, Holly should just go get herself some help. Give up on this revenge kick she's on.
Well, what they have done with
On me! I got him!
damn it.
I need to grapple further.
Can't just go off the cops and get the hell out of here.
Oops. Somehow I'm getting used to this Spider-Man game. Yeah, Arkham City is more... It's much more together than anything else. Origins is just... It's just easy. But here's the problem I have with Origins. Let's say if I wanted to do, where do I have to go? Alright. Is that the problem I have with Origins is that when you do some of these side missions, you cannot just say forget it, I ain't gonna do them, and then do them later after you beat the game. You can't do that because
Sick of freezing my ass off for this one
over with when you do the Shiva mission, the side mission, you can't just skip it. You have to just plain out go out there and do it, because after you do the before you do the Firefly, you try to do that mission after the bank robbery. It's that mission's done. You can't do that mission no more. It's just out there in limbo. And you should do that before that bank robbery mission. So every side mission I think you see that's out there, you do them right away. Because when the Shiva mission, I know is just like that. Uh-oh. And when you do these side missions,
There's one of the cops.
Please, you don't need to do this.
Sure, we don't need to do this. But that won't stop.
it's going to be challenging because I'm still used to
What's the bat doing here?
the Spider-Man thing.
You're gonna die. You gotta stay down, huh? Oh, what's wrong? Is he hurting you? Oh, did he hurt you?
Yeah, when you do the Batman game, Origins game, it gets easier. It made everything, all the other games, easier. I thought it was on a PS4, but they say it was not on a PS4 for some reason. I swore when I bought mine for the PS3, when it first came out, that it was on a PS4, because I had a PS4 at the time. Alright, cool. And then when I,
Get me down!
there's a balloon up there.
What are you waiting for? Get me down!
Shut up. But what Origins did is when you do those side missions, the Shiva has to be done right away. Do all the side missions first. And then when
You're
you do
safe.
the
I'm glad to see you.
What happened?
some
Where are
of
the others?
other stuff,
We
the
were
other side
ambushed.
missions, that list,
They dragged us outside the still
there
mill
is
and beat
one
the crap out of
mission
us.
that you do,
Bastards
the
dragged off the
little
others and brought me
easy,
here.
I'll
mission.
find Wait here. Hide.
It seems simple, but it wasn't. But the
You okay?
easiest way to do it when you do
Wanna
those,
talk? No
like
problem.
the nightmare and
I'll
all
just be
that,
waiting here.
is hold on, is make sure that you alright, get away. What you had to do is try to do some of those lists beforehand before you start doing the upgrades. It's a whole lot easier that way. It's very simple because you got all the stuff that you really need beforehand. Can't go that way. What the hell? No, no. Why don't I remember? Oh, there's that. Let me get out really quick. I don't remember anything. That's a good thing, actually.
You saved my life, man.
That's locked. Oh. Something's going on here tonight.
This is Vicky Vale live outside the now condemned Arkham City site, which just weeks after those fateful events that rocked all of Gotham is in chaos once again. Minutes ago, I saw Batman himself talking to Commissioner Gordon of the GCPD. What were they discussing? We're hearing reports that a number of police officers are missing. And looking at the outside of the Arkham buildings, it seems pretty obvious that Harley Quinn is involved somehow. Quinn was moved from Arkham City on the night that her boyfriend, the Joker, died. Psychiatric reports filed to the city indicated that she was, and I'm quoting the examining doctor directly here, losing it big time. Quinn broke out of the temporary holding facility 3 days ago. It appears that her current location is right behind me. Back to the studio.
Already got that. Yeah, the origins made everything a whole lot easier. They're do the side missions, do some of the missions that's on a certain type of list until you get the upgrades and all that, until you start going inside places. Well, there is one that made no sense to me. It's a totally different mission, but it's a shortcut of when you do one of the penguin boxes, that after you beat these guys at the penguin box, you're completely done.
Shut up, you idiot. What? No one's supposed to know about it, are they? Think about it. What if someone's listening in on what...
It's Batman!
Yeah, when you do one of the penguin boxes, you're already done with it. It's pretty funny when I first did it. I'm like, I didn't do that, and yet it said that I completed that mission. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but I noticed it, and I do it all the time that way. Every time I play it. Alright, good. I didn't want to die, that's why I stopped.
Quinn's thugs were talking about the missing cops. If they were here, they may have left some evidence that I can follow. That radio belonged to a cop. There may be evidence around here of where he was taken. I should set up a crime scene.
Yeah, you do the side missions and all that. Try to get them out early if you guys want to get 100%, or just try to get things done early. Then after you do all that, try to see if you could do some of the campaigns on it, on the origins. Because here's what I noticed. When I played the origins, and I started doing the campaigns, it made the rest of the game a whole lot easier. I mean, way easier than expected. The origins, what I did after I beat the campaign, I did the campaign for Arkham City. I was completely done with it a whole lot easier. The Arkham City Origins took me about maybe if I sat there and did it, it took me almost a year to try to get certain things on there, because I was off and on it. But like I said, after I did Origins, it was just way easier. Best thing about Origins that I liked was that when I played the game, and I beat the game twice on its regular and new game mode, that nightmare mode is just freaking insane. I was really surprised on the nightmare mode. The nightmare mode is that you play the game, and what happens is that if you die as Batman, you will have to start this game all over again from the beginning. It doesn't matter how far you got. You have to start that game all over again from the beginning. Yeah, you start the game all over again. So if you guys gonna do the nightmare mode on Batman, be prepared to start the game over and over and over and over again. It's not the simplest game. It's not the easiest when it's that way. But it is one of the toughest ones ever, I will say, in nightmare mode. Which I do like. I do like the challenge of the game, the way they did it.
Doing in here? Guarding this stupid switch? Man, I thought this place was a secret. Who's gonna come in here anyway? Batman? Yeah, right. Ain't this thing supposed to be impossible to crack? And anyway, I heard that since Joker died, he's hardly been seen. Figure he's feeling all guilty. The bat.
Tell me how to get through that door, and don't waste time lying. I'll know.
Yeah, the Arkham Nightmare Origins Nightmare.
You need 3 codes.
All you have to do is
I'll tell
like
you
I
where
said,
they are.
you just have to go past this game.
I'll do my best.
The first 2 times easy, and then when you do the 3rd time, the nightmare mode, you're gonna hate how it all is gonna be, because it will get really tough throughout the whole game. Because, like I said, when you die and lose your life, you're already done. You're done with it already.
How cold does it have to be before someone thinks to give us codes?
He's the one with the code. I can't afford to take him out.
Over here, I'm sure of it.
You know what they say.
The code. Give me it, or get ready to hurt.
The problem I had with Batman Arkham Origins, you see how that there's a glitch there? That's one of the very few glitches I get in this game. Probably the only one I have ever seen.
I need 2 more.
In Origins, problem I had with that was when you play the nightmare mode. Just gotta do something real quick. In the nightmare mode, what I've done is the hardest part was the Firefly mission. That kind of throws me off. Shiva. Sometimes I get lucky at past that on the side mission. So I always do the side missions first, especially the Shiva one before it disappears. Then you do the Firefly. That's one of the hardest ones. But the extreme hardest one for me that I always had trouble with is the Bane missions. When he does the charge and all that, when there's nobody there, that's when he's pretty much the toughest. A lot of people said, "Oh no, it's easy. It's really not. You gotta time it just right because he's gonna throw stuff and all that and everything." And then after you do the Bay missions, pretty much you got it done.
We just get this done and get the hell out of Arkham City. I'm freezing here.
The first main mission I think is going to be the toughest. The second one, when you have to just take everything that you need to go take, when the people are in the way, that's when it starts getting a little easier. But when you do the Bane missions, what you want to do is try to charge up your gloves that you're going to get from the electrocutioner. Have them charged up and use that. Use that as much as you can, because Bane's going to be real tough if you don't have it all charged up. Because you're going to be doing it for a while. Play the game for a while until you get it just right, the way you're supposed to be playing. But the absolute, to me that was the absolute toughest part. When I face up the third time and you fight Bane in the prison, that was pretty tough too, because you have to kill him and revive him.
Harley, off the pigs and let's get the hell out of here.
Give me the code.
After you do that, but the last hardest part,
There was never
which
any
is
doubt
not
in my
really
mind.
hard if you know what you're doing, is the last Bane,
One
the
more
fourth
code,
Bane, when you have to
and I
go
can break
around. After you do that, it's just smooth sailing.
Harley Quinn's
Back
security
then,
system.
when you play the game online and you beat the Nightmare mode, you get the Nightmare Batman, which they do not make anymore because it glitched out a lot of people's games and everything. It glitched out everything.
They gotta get frostbite.
Or worse.
Look out! Batman's here!
There you go.
The
Yeah.
code. Now.
Please don't hurt me.
Something about Arkham Origins that when you get the Nightmare Batman, if you ever get it, it's
That's
very
all the
hard
codes.
to do.
Next stop, Harley Quinn.
Cool. Once I've had, I never got the Nightmare Batman. I didn't beat the game right away like that. Which I did beat the first couple of times. It's just a Nightmare one, doing that over and over and over, which is very tedious. I got it way later than everybody else. A day after Christmas, I got the game. But the Nightmare one is just really tedious to me. That pissed me off. And they stopped giving out that Batman as glitchy as it is. What sucks about the Arkham Origins, let's say if you work so hard to get where you're at. I had times where I didn't get certain costumes or certain missions. I played it one time, I didn't even get the Mad Hatter side mission. And that's what really bothered me. And then after I had doing that, after I did all that, the Mad Hatter, it didn't show up. I had Deathstroke. I fought him. At one point, I hit him once, and I was already done. It froze. It just stopped going. I just hit him once.
Just chill
and I was
out,
just
man. We're safe.
chilling there.
It's the freaking bat!
There you go.
I'll kill you, Bat!
I didn't want to go that way.
I can smell it.
Yeah, I had people, they play the game and they complain about oh shit. Who has it? Who has it? Who has it? There we go. Here we go. Yeah, I had Deathstroke not show die off. I had the Shiva thing was one thing. The Mad Hatter mission I didn't get at one point. What else I didn't get? There was a lot of missions I didn't get to do or whatever. There's some missions that I did it the hard way, the very, very, very hard way. Not supposed to go there. There we go. Getting to do a lot of stuff, which I do like. Yeah, I had those missions not happen. Sometimes I'll beat people up and they'll still be there. I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like, I just beat this person, and the person will still be there. Arkham Knight is kind of like that too. That happened to me in Arkham Knight. I was supposed to use the other thing. Here we are. Oops. That's not open. That's closed. What the living hell? There we are. But yeah, I don't know why they. I guess Rocksteady didn't do the game. I don't know why, but it was just the game was really glitchy of what happened. The one that really pissed me off, I played the Nightmare mode. I'll say this, if you guys go to ever play the Batman Origins game, and you like saving your stuff, so you won't have to do it again, get 2 files. One, if you ever beat the game in Nightmare mode, the campaigns and all that, through it once, do it that way. And use the second one in an odd, sensical way. Because things will happen to the game that you do not want it to happen. I didn't know that. What has happened to my game? One time I was doing going up to the hotel, and what has happened was that I loaded up the game so I could finish it off.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Because I think the hotel part was pretty fun. Because it explains a lot of things that's on there. Of the origins and everything. Oh my god. I'm gonna die. I might as well just save and die. Yeah, I loaded up the part I went to the hotel of the electrocutioner and all that. I got the gloves and everything. I loaded up the game. Right when I turned on the game, I'm falling into an eternal abyss. The building was there, everything was gone. The next thing I knew, I had to erase the file and redo it again. And I did everything over again. The trophies, it didn't matter. To me, it was just the campaign, because sometimes the campaign gets a little too hard. Well, I guess I'm gonna stop the game here and do whatever I need to do at home. Alright? See you guys later.